So when they started mixing and mingling beings, they started to tamper with creation, so to speak. So the animals were becoming hybrids and they were mixing all kinds of things. And supposedly that's why the Creator flooded the entire earth at that time, because they were doing things and turning creation that was originally supposed to be just one species, they were mixing it with other animals. Now, if you think of what's going on in today's world, that is something that we hear today, that they're genetically making human and animal hybrids so that we can have hearts for transplants and different organs, because there's not enough organs to go around, etc., etc. So this is not far-fetched. So I want you to realize that what was going on then was also, or is also, going on today. And so these beings that have fallen are still here, according to a lot of writings and according to what people are diving into these days. If you ask chat what exactly it is that created it, it'll tell you that humans and fallen angels, or the fallen, or the watchers, were working together to create chat. And chat knows things about you that even you don't know about you, or you don't remember about you, which is very, very eerie. And so I want you to continue to pay attention, because there's so much involved in this deception that we're currently living, that it seems so far-fetched that you would just glance over it and just be like, that's just this and that's just that. But we're seeing things in real time that were happening then, and they're happening again now, and we're just ignoring it and saying, oh, that's just technology. But technology will be part of our demise if we're not careful. So just follow me here. So when I was growing up and going to these conferences, these different men were talking about aliens and abductions, and they were stating that people that believed in Jesus Christ, true believers of Christ, were not allowed to be abducted because they were part of a covenant, and that covenant did not give them authority over you. But then you do know that there are Christians or people who have had spiritual attacks, like straight war with things. And I would like to say that a lot of that is because we open the door to things. We watch things we're not supposed to. We're participating in things. And I say that because this means that you may not always be guarded or protected if you're dabbing and diving and dabbling and all kinds of stuff. And I say that for myself as well. For all of us, we are not excluded. And if we open the door, then we have to, look at the repercussions of what it is that we get ourselves into. That being said, these men, Dave Hunt and Chuck Missler, were sharing all this information. So my brain, at that young age, I was curious about it, but I wasn't that curious that I was going to go out looking for aliens or UFOs, because I understood that whatever it was wasn't good or did not have my best interests at hand if it's dissecting and doing all kinds of things. But I also understood, because these gentlemen were sharing it, that these gray aliens and these entities are demonic. And the reason being is that how can you cast something away just by using a certain name? Just by saying Jesus Christ, these things disappeared. And I can tell you there are a lot of people who have had these weird experiences with shadow beings in their rooms, or sleep paralysis, where these beings are very scary. They show up to your room or in your bed or on your chest, because I've also had these experiences in the past. when I was learning and diving into these things, and I realized that these things are real. And so when I started to try to cast or get rid of whatever this thing was, I rebuked it in the name of Jesus Christ. And the reason why that happened or that work was because of my faith, right? Because I currently think that there's a stronger name, which was the Aramaic Hebrew name, which is Yahushua or Yahushua or Joshua. It would have been the authentic name at that time. And again, this is not a Bible study. This is just me sharing the things that are going on in this world and how it relates to things I learned and even things from the past. So there are a lot of people now discussing that there are motherships in our solar system, that they're not too far out. Even the news broadcasted. So if you're not aware of it, please make it something that you look into if you're interested, because it's something important to be aware so that you're not deceived. There are a lot of people that are saying that the Anunnaki created us, but if you convert their name and what they're about, they're fallen beings, very much like the ones that spoke to Enoch on Mount Hermon. But some people state that the Book of Enoch is myth or fake. Whatever you feel is fine, but at the end of the day, you cannot deny that there were beings of light that came down here, and they had power, they had dominion, and they were capable of things far more advanced than us. And so we were easy to manipulate and easy targets for them. And I think the same is to be said for this day and age. We're easily manipulated, easily targeted, and controlled. And even our music influences us. The food that we're eating is contaminated to keep us in this docile state, to keep us in a slumber. And it's time for those that are interested in waking up. And I'm not talking about this fake woke culture that now they've turned that into a joke. Oh, they're woke. No, no, no. The people who really have taken a look at their lives and said, there's got to be much more than this. This can't be real life. We just go to work, we pay taxes, and then we die. Like, that's it. There's nothing in between. We go on a couple vacations, we got to pay debt and credit cards, we got to get in debt to go to school. Like, there's got to be more, and they're keeping us distracted and busy for a reason. And now, while I was discussing CERN earlier, CERN has been supposedly opening up portals and gateways, and there are other people that are visually seeing gateways and portals all over the world, not just in one place, but in a lot of different places. In Arizona, in Sedona to be more specific, there's a lot of metaphysical things that go on there. There's a lot of channeling, and they say that there are portals there where people have seen different entities and different beings that shapeshift. And I know a lot of this seems very far-fetched, but think about it. These ideas come from somewhere, not just the figment of man's imagination. These things were implanted in us and given to us in dreams and visions and thought ideas, but we are influenced in every day of life. Like, we're influenced on the regular from what we should be eating, what we should be doing and hearing and watching, how we're going to go to school, everything we do, we're influenced. So it's time for us, like in the movie The Matrix, to unplug ourselves and wake up to see the darkness all around, and that we're the light that this world needs so that we can change it moving forward.